Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Learning never exhausts the mind. Learn how to see, realize that everything connects to everything else. Time stays long enough for those who use it. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. Being willing is not enough. We must do. Just as iron rusts from disuse, even so does inaction spoil the intellect. The artist sees what others only catch a glimpse of. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Art is never finished, only abandoned. Study without desire spoils the memory, and it retains nothing that it takes in. The deeper the feeling, the greater the pain. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery of oneself. It is easier to resist at the beginning than at the end. As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so life well used brings happy death. Intellectual passion drives out sensuality. Every action needs to be prompted by a motive. The mind that engages in subjects of too great variety becomes confused and weakened. The five senses are the ministers of the soul. I have offended God and mankind because my work didn't reach the quality it should have. The painter has the universe in his mind and hands. The greatest geniuses sometimes accomplish more when they work less. He who wishes to be rich within a day will be hanged within a year. Water is the driving force of all nature. I love those who can smile in trouble. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. Nothing is hidden under the sun. There are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt, and poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. Your brain is much better than you think. Just use it. As every divided kingdom falls, so every mind divided between many studies confounds and saps itself. Where there is shouting, there is no true knowledge. A gray day provides the best light. Principles for the development of a complete mind. Study the science of art. Study the art of science. Develop your senses, especially learn how to see. Realize that everything connects to everything else. Nothing can be loved or hated unless it is first understood. Details make perfection, and perfection is not a detail. The wisest and noblest teacher is nature itself. Fix your course on a star and you'll navigate any storm. The knowledge of all things is possible. As you cannot do what you want what you can do. Make your war, to be in keeping with your purpose. God sells us all things at the price of labor. The most beautiful words of love are told in silence for a look. The moment is timeless. All our knowledge has its origin in our perceptions. While I thought that I was learning how to live, I have been learning how to die. My body will not be a tomb for other creatures. Wisdom is the daughter of experience. Nature never breaks her own laws. In time and with water, everything changes. The human foot is a masterpiece of engineering and a work of art. He who truly knows has no occasion to shout. Every obstacle is destroyed through rigor. An arch consists of two weaknesses which, leaning one against the other, make a strength. Darkness is absence of light. Shadow is diminution of light. Beauty perishes in life, but is immortal in art. Blinding ignorance does mislead us. Oh, wretched mortals, open your eyes. The greater the man's soul, the deeper he loves. Whoever in debate quotes authority uses not intellect, but memory. A diamond is just a lump of coal that stuck to its job. All sciences are vain and full of errors that are not born of experience, the mother of all knowledge. The desire to know is natural to good men. The function of muscle is to pull and not to push, except in the case of the genitals and the tongue. Therefore, O students, study mathematics and do not build without foundations. Vows begin when hope dies. He who walks straight rarely falls. The smallest feline is a masterpiece. Vitality and beauty are gifts of nature for those who live according to its laws. The discovery of a good wine is increasingly better for mankind than the discovery of a new star. Every obstacle yields to stern resolve. Such is the supreme folly of man that he labors so as to labor no more. Medicine is the restoration of discordant elements. Sickness is the discord of the elements infused into the living body. Life well spent is long. He turns not back who is bound to a star. Depth and strength of a human character are defined by its moral reserves. Art is the queen of all sciences, communicating knowledge to all the generations of the world. Be a mirror, absorb everything around you and still remain the same. He who does not understand the supreme certainty of mathematics is wallowing in confusion. Beyond a doubt, truth bears the same relation to falsehood as light to darkness. It is an acknowledged fact that we perceive errors in the work of others more readily than in our own. Art lives from constraints and dies from freedom. Experiment is the sole interpreter of the artifices of nature. I roamed the countryside searching for answers to things I did not understand. If you do not rest on the good foundation of nature, you will labor with little honor and less profit. Envy wounds with false accusations, that is with detraction, a thing which scares virtue. If you call painting dumb poetry, the painter may call poetry blind painting. Instrumental or mechanical science is the noblest and above all others, the most useful. Lust is the cause of generation. Avoid the precepts of those thinkers whose reasoning is not confirmed by experience. The supreme misfortune is when theory outstrips performance. You can have no dominion greater or less than that over yourself. No human investigation can be called real science if it cannot be demonstrated mathematically. The sun gives spirit and life to the plants, and the earth nourishes them with moisture. Not to anticipate is already to moan. Inequality is the cause of all local movements. Poor is the pupil who does not surpass his master. The color of the object illuminated partakes of the color of that which illuminates it. Mechanics is the paradise of the mathematical sciences because by means of it one comes to the fruits of mathematics. The faculty of imagination is both the rudder and the bridle of the senses. He who has access to the fountain does not go to the water pot. Whoever does not respect life does not deserve it. I awoke, only to see that the rest of the world is still asleep. We know more about the movement of celestial bodies than about the soil underfoot. Those who are inspired by a model other than nature labor in vain. An artist's studio should be a small space because small rooms discipline the mind and large ones distract it. Who sows virtue reaps honor. Our life is made by the death of others.